So Stephen and Matthew, my son and husband, or husband and son, I should say, have been working on a billy barn over here in this paddock. We had just an old canopy up for them as temporary measurements, but they are getting their own cute little shed. So they're going to be happy little goats this week before we get any more weather. So I'm excited about that. So that's one of the projects that have been going on the farm. All right, so this is technically day 3 of this build. I did not film it on the first day, which on the first day my son and my husband went and got the lumber and they built all the wall frames, measured everything out. Day 2, my husband assembled the frame in place over here. And I do have a clip of that. I just showed that. And then last night, he came out here and started doing the boards. And these are actually picket boards. They're fencing boards. I know some YouTube channels have shown using these for raised garden beds because they're cheaper. Lilo, get back over here. Now, but this is a pretty economical way to build these sheds for shelter and stuff. And then we're going to use, like, these are some repurposed fence boards from our horse pasture that we used to have. All of this land used to be fenced in with a wood fence and a double strand, of hot wire. And the big barn over there was my horse barn, but we actually got out of horses I don't know, somewhere around 2011 because of, you know, just lifestyle and things that were happening. But one of the issues now is my cousin lived here and owned all of this back here, and so I used to have all of that fenced in for my horses. And so they had and there's like a field down in there that's real green and everything, or there used to be. And so in the late 90s and all the way through like 2015, we had all of that fence. So my horses had a total, I don't know, it was somewhere around 6 acres or something. And we had 3. So, well, that was like 6 acres back there, and then they had almost 2 acres up here because we had fenced over there on that cousin's, and then our entire yard, even the front yard, was fenced in for the horses. So we had a lot of this fencing, which is why a lot of my original raised garden bed is actually these boards, because we repurposed all these boards because they are coated. So they last. I mean, these boards are mid-90s and they are in excellent shape because of this. It's like rhino liner for truck bodies, and it was a test batch for a machine that my dad built and designed, where before they started making polyurea deck boards, he created a machine that would spray these boards with this coating, and that actually developed the machine for the spray rhino liner. So that was, if you have a spray rhino liner in your bed, you can thank my father for engineering that original design. So anyway, so we repurpose a lot of these boards when we can, and then we fill in with, you know, sturdy treated lumber, some untreated where it's not going to be exposed, like this will be under some repurposed tin, and then filling in with some of these cheaper pick boards. So I'll get you a total cost on this build. I want to say it's around $230 for screws, wood, etc. And it's going to be plenty big for our 2 male goats to get out of the wind and the rain and all of that stuff. So it's like a giant doghouse, and it's very much built in the design, which you can see this building right here was my original chicken coop when I was young. It was actually my dad's original chicken coop when he was young. So this structure is about 60 years old, if not older, because I think it was repurposed into a chicken coop from him, and we moved it over onto this property from my grandmother's. But this basic design is what my husband followed for the bigger barn for the goats, and that was the original Billy barn. And then we expanded out, like I said, yesterday, I believe. And so he took that exact same design and lowered it down to just more of a doghouse size, because we don't need to get in it and milk or anything, whereas I do get in that one to play with babies and everything. So we wanted it tall enough for us to get in and out. But as you can see, it's funny because we have like this super big barn, not even medium size, but small, a little bit smaller, mini. And we'll probably build another one like this that's even smaller for the ducks. So there you go. This is the project that he's been working on, and he is actually going to come back and add 2 more sections, one on this side and one on the other side of this barn, so that we can have all of our does and babies in that one, and just keep our meat birds and stuff in the big area, instead of balancing out the stalls in the big one between goats and meat birds at different times of year. So these are future projects, and these are just things that as you expand, as you change, as you learn your land and how you function. And hi, baby boy. In homesteading, you change. I mean, I've changed obviously greatly in the past 20 years from horses to just gardens and chickens, which I've had gardens here since '06, but we've changed locations, we've changed how we garden. All of that has just developed in the past 20 years. And then, to chickens and just doing poultry, and then the past year and a half, almost 2 years now, actually, I think, to goats. And let's see, we added the bees. We have beehives over here. This was a blackberry patch that we were trying to maintain, but we're going to get rid of it and expand out goats. So yeah, I mean, things change, things develop. The property behind us was sold off, which it was sold off after we got rid of our horses. So it wasn't a big deal to us that we no longer had that pasture space. But, had that happened while we still had horses, that would have changed everything for us. So, you kind of have to be a little bit adaptable in the things that you're doing. So there you go. That is our goat barn builds and sagas. And I'll see if maybe would you stop rubbing your horns on me? This is a good reason why you can leave goats with horns, because they become handles. So when he's trying to be obnoxious and rubbing on me, I can take his horns and move him away. But I actually do like it when they don't have horns. I mean, I'm either or, it doesn't really matter. He's just obnoxious. Yes, you are. You're obnoxious. Yes, yes. You're my boy. Yes, you are. Now I'm going to smell like goat pee because you've been peeing on your face. Hey, pretty girl. I know, that hand smells like him now. Hi. 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 Okay, I haven't been out here the last couple times Steven's been working on this, but since our last recording, he has finished the sides and put the roof on. This is reclaimed tin from the garden beds that he replaced. So we have a red tin roof, and the only thing he has left to do is this little section right here. So that will take him all of probably, I don't know, not even an hour, maybe an hour at the most, just to go back and forth, cut the wood, screw it in. I don't know. I don't even think it'll take him an hour. But he worked out here last night until dark. And so they look, you can already see there, they've been inside. There's poop on the wood. But yeah, so this is the little barn, and it's not really high enough to stand up in. I can actually come in here though. I just have to, you know, bend my head over. So it's let's see, I'm 6 foot tall. This is eye level. So it's like 5, 8 at the front, and then goes down to 4 feet in the back, I believe. So we can get in and out of it. It's not really big enough that we would need to do much more than step in and shovel out a little bit, but it's plenty big for 2 goats. And so that gives them shelter from wind, rain, the worst weather. Hi, buddy. Hey, buddy. So I'm super happy they have this now. Well, unfortunately, the neighbor's alarm has been going off for I don't know how long. He turned it off one time, and now it's going again. I don't know what he's doing over there. He's working on the car, but here is the finished... Excuse me. Thank you. You cannot have that out of my pocket. Thank you. Why are you breathing heavy again? Every time you get out, you're breathing heavy, goofball. That one has figured out how to open the gates. She reaches through, grabs the chain with her mouth, and starts yanking up till she gets it out. So I looked out, and all 4 of them were running around the backyard. Fortunately, they also go up very easily. They just follow me in. Anyway, so here's the new finished billy barn that my husband built. Cost about $200, and used some repurposed tin from our garden beds, and that's pretty much it. But now the boys have their own nice warm shelter from wind, rain, cold. So they're happy boys. I just threw some hay for them. Hi, girls. Hi, girls. Let's see if we can get a good shot of Basil. She is so pregnant. She wasn't due till the end of March, but she's already starting to bag up. So I don't think she's gonna make it. Let's see if I can get her from the front. Her sides stick out so far. Hi, you. She's so pregnant. And then Phoebe is starting to get pretty wide, but she's a few weeks behind. Yeah, she's looking pretty wide, but she's not putting on milk. But Basil is starting to put on milk. Bless her. She's like laying down in the hay all the time. Hi, babies. Oh, I feel raindrops. It's time for me to go in. It's time for me to go in. All right, girls.